I have a really great technique that I love that I want to show you on how to paint this really beautiful and soft and pretty landscape. You're going to love it. It's perfect for any skill level. So let's dive in. Okay, so this trick, you need like a plastic or some kind of good board and some arch paper that's just loose paper. You can buy the pad. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to wet the back, stick it down at the front. It just keeps it staying wet longer. But before that, we'll just figure out what we're going to draw for a field. So we can draw it like a little field coming here, a line, and then maybe a little road coming this way, right? Just a simple little road field. Could be a mountain coming this way. We'll put some trees in, etc. So you could use a sea sponge or a wide brush. I have a wide brush here. Just dip it in some water. Get a good amount of water on the back of your paper. I'll really let it soak in there a little bit. It just keeps the paper staying wet longer. It's the whole fun trick of it. And then you're going to lift it and put it back on here. And see, it just kind of adheres to it. And then you're going to put it on the front. Wet the front. Ta-da. So now it's very, very damp. It's soaked up the water on the other side, and it's wet on this side. And now we can wash in our sky. I'm just going to put this tilting on something, and I'll put it on top of this just so it tilts a little bit. Just something tilted, so it's just leaning a little bit. So let's make a colorful, fun sky. I'm going to grab a 14 round Princeton Neptune series brush. This ultramarine blue deep, little bright rose. You can make like a purple tone sky. We don't have to be, everything doesn't have to be blue. And here's some cobalt. Just loosen this up. So I'll start to put some cobalt up here. A little white, and then I'm going to grab my purple. A little bit more pink in there. Purpley sky. And then I'm going to get down to like even more pink. See? Add more pink. We're having fun with the sky. A little pinker. So it's a pinky sky. Isn't that sweet? It goes up into the purple, make it more purple. You can keep the cloud there if you don't want to, and I'm going to add a little bit more cobalt. Make it a little bit more bluey. So you can have some clouds or not have some clouds. If you want to darken it, so you have this beautiful colors, add the blue again, a little bit of pink. So it's purple. Another great color that I mix in with to keep it thick and darker is lavender. I know it's not like really dark, but it's a thicker kind of consistency paint. I'm going to add a little purple sky. You can add a little bit of burnt sienna. It'll turn it more gray. So it's a purpley gray color. So you know you get these clouds that are happening. Wisping. I'm going kind of fast. See how I'm just kind of wiggling my brush. And as it comes down here, they'll get there's a little more puffy up here and linear as you go down. So little lines wiggling this way. Isn't that fun? I feel like I want to add some more pink again. So I'm going to remove this purple and add some pink. So you don't have to really rush as much. I'm like rushing, but you don't need to because it's very, very damp already. I'm going to add a little bit more pink in here. Just brighten it up. So pretty. Ta-da-da. And it can go down to the grass a little bit. Isn't that nice and fun? Just a colorful sky, not normally pink and purple, but kind of having fun with this. You could bring some of the pink down into your, maybe the road a little bit. Because even though we're going to add some beige and browns to that, it'd be kind of fun to add the pink too. So bring the pink in there. You can even add a little bit in the color in here. Or you can make it like a lavender field. So now I'm going to do my greens. Cadmium yellow deep. And I'll add some Prussian blue. That's a very vibrant green. If you add some ultramarine blue deep or even cobalt, it will mute the color a little bit. Or you can grab some burnt umber and mute the color, more brown. a more muted green. You can start to play with putting this color in. I have this line back here that I drew, remember? Because I want to put some like mountains in there. So I'm going to sporadically throw this in. Oh, I noticed this is still very, very dry down here, and it should be wet like this. Because I want to add some pinks in there. If it's still dry, you could spritz it with the spray bottle to get it wet again down below. I'm going to grab a regular brush, just kind of move the water around. And now it's bleeding a little bit. So fun. So see how I just wiggled my paintbrush with this nice, pretty light green. And I want to fill everything in green because I'm going to add some pretty colors. And if you want to lighten it up a little bit more, I'll add the yellow. And I have this color called peacock blue with holbein. It's very bright. So it makes your colors more vibrant, more like a chartreuse green. You can add that very bright, pretty green in there. Although I'd love the olive green too. Still just playing with the color. I'm leaving white. I'm going to add some flowers in there. Now we can go back and add some more Prussian blue and get this darker and some burnt umber. So now we have some darker tones of the green. Add a little bit of that coming in here. Just kind of wiggling it here and there. Bring some over this way. And you should make some simple trees. Add a little bit more burnt umber. It's still damp. You can kind of almost like tap the tree in. So you tap up here, leave a little space, and it starts to bleed. As long as the paint is not super wet, it won't bleed as much, but it will bleed enough so it looks like a nice fuzzy little tree. You can add some darker color. Look at that. Little tree poking there. I'll do another few little ones kind of on the bottom here, poking, and leave a little space. I want to add a little bit more yellow, a brighter color. Poke some tree here. Going around this area. All right, so cute. I'm going to leave a little space for my purpley mountain in the background. So, ultramarine blue deep again. Not too much water. And the bright rose or magenta, you can use either or. Just a purple color. A little bit more on the blue side, like I have here. And I'm going to put, oh, that's a little too bright. Add a little bit more blue and a touch of burnt sienna, just to tone it down. And I'm going to put that for my mountain back here. Right here, the purple mountain's majesty. The green bled through a little bit, and that's kind of fine because it just kind of tones it down even more. You put those purple mountains back here. Right, just figure that part out. You can even use the purple in some of the greens, and it gets it darker, see? Gives it nice, deeper color of the green. If you just take this and wash this in over here, just changes the green a little bit, and even down in here. You didn't think you could put purple in and it would change, but it does. It makes it a little more gray, a little more muted. Kind of fun, right? I just love how this technique is so great. You can just play with this. So much fun. I'm going to move this. Let's play with the road a little bit. So some burnt sienna. I can mix it in with some of the ultramarine blue deep too. Tap it down when it's super wet. Start to put in the road color. Could be like a rusty brown. I don't like to do browns, so I like to mix ultramarine blue deep and burnt sienna, and you get various tones of brown. I'm still using the 14 brush, by the way. Have you noticed this? Because it has a great tip, I can still keep using this. Getting that road in there. And if I want to use more of the orange type of tone, burnt sienna, I'll get that color in there. Now, if that seems too dark, you kind of lift some of the paint out. Just playing with this a little bit. That's my road. So I'm glad I left all those white areas because you can choose to use pink. Holbein makes a great lilac color. They have this wonderful color called Verdier Blue. They have these wonderful, insane colors called Luminescence, and you can kind of mix those in too. to get some bright colors. I don't know if that's necessary in this painting because I want a soft, muted, kind of romantic painting. So here's the lavender. Excuse me, the lilac. I'm just going to loosen this up a little bit, add a little bit of water to it. We can start tapping where we want some pretty purpley flowers. Still leaving some white space. We'll get them a little bit darker too. But if you didn't leave the white space, you couldn't really put the purple in there, could you? It wouldn't go. Watercolor does not work like acrylic and oil. You need to leave the white space. So I've got this lilac color in here. I'm just tapping, still leaving some white spots. There's a reason for that. So then I can take some ultramarine blue deep and get that a little bit darker, right? And you can kind of go in between some of these, and it's going to kind of just bleed a little bit. If you get it looser with more water, it will bleed even more, see? Just going to go around some of the white areas. Really kind of pretty purple. There's some purple out here. Sweet. Get even darker. Adding some more blue. Going underneath some of these colors, and then come and bring it up into the grass. And some of these colors again. It will just keep the colors bright and lively if you left the white. If you didn't, it will get more muted, like you see in the green grass. It's not going to be the same. Now, you don't have to do dots. You can kind of make like a wash of color too. If that's difficult, you just go like this and wash in the color. And you'll see where it's white, it's nice and bright and light. Where it hits the green, it's not so much the case. So I'm putting the purple in there. Isn't that sweet? Then we go back to our darker colors. And we start to play with tapping that in and underneath and around some of the greens. The purples. And they kind of pop a little bit. Going back, dark greens. Kind of tapping in between and kind of moving my paintbrush around. Grabbing some more yellow. Same thing here. And I'm going to add some more dark color back here. Just getting this a little bit darker. With some burnt umber and some more Prussian blue. My trees might have been too light. I'm going to go add some deeper value in those. And then kind of put in some of the deeper values back here. And around my lovely purple colors. We want a nice, sweet, soft, romantic kind of mountain. Get a little darker back on this side. And we can add a couple little trees in here. Now that this is starting to dry. Again, the same technique, kind of just tapping and moving around, wiggling the brush. If you have to squish it a little bit, you can go like this. And you get these little marks like that for the tree. Can even do that for grass. Wisp it up. The grass, or you can use a liner brush or an 8 long round, but you can also just split a very loose brush like this. This is a Neptune series. And kind of wisp up little lines for grass. And it will look like a soft grass because it's a soft brush. And I'm going to grab some thick paint, not really mixed up well. And it's a little darker still. See? And that's how you get this. But it's, because it's so damp and wet, it makes it really soft, which I really like. Just a few more kind of dark. And I'll add some lighter greens. Kind of poking around the road a little bit. Coming over around the road, over here. Kind of sweeping around over here too. It's a little trick, just taking your brush and kind of manipulating it to get those little beautiful grasses that you see. And the road. Okay, it's almost done. And last, I'll grab a little bit more of this purple again. That's lavender. You can put some of that in the road to make it darker, but it's lavender. It's not exactly brown. Just a sweet color. And then I'll go back and add some more burnt sienna. Get a little bit rustic color again. Because it does dry very light. So I'm adding a little bit more of that. You can also scrape if you have a credit card. If it's pretty dark, you can kind of scrape some areas and get some little white light grasses. Just kind of fun. And then just grab a small brush, an 8 long round, and grab some burnt umber. And I'll add in a little ultramarine blue deep. And we'll do our tree trunks. And here, a little spike out the trees, the branches. You don't have to do a lot of it, just a little bit, poking through those areas. Very sweet. I feel like we lost some of our backyard mountain. I can just add a little bit of blue, just brighten it up a little bit with this 8 long round. You can go back over that little area and fill that in. And I have a sweet little field. Very, very pretty. Love it. I hope you love it too. If you're a Patreon member, you get the extended version. Click the link in the description box below to become a Patreon member. But this is the gist of it. You just wetting the back, wetting the front, and just washing in color, taking your time. But it's really simple. It comes out really sweet and romantic. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.